ZEE's D&I Digest. All things diversity, equity and inclusion in one place.
Hey everyone, welcome. You're catching me, Ahalya, on another edition of ZEE's DEI Digest, a podcast series where we dive into the inspiring diversity, equity and inclusion stories of the folks here at ZEE Enterprises. Now, joining me in conversation today is Adhishree Murdia, Vice President, Brand and Content Marketing. She's worked on some of the most fantastic campaigns and projects at ZEE, bringing to life massive projects at scale. And I'm really interested to get her take on the world of inclusion in branding, DEI and marketing, and of course to know more about her. Welcome, Adhishree.
Thank you so much, Ahalya. Good to meet you here.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you here. You know, I heard that you've been at ZEE a very long time now, so why don't you just start us off by telling us about your journey with ZEE from start to finish?
Sure. So I think the journey which I have with ZEE is very close to my heart. It goes back way in like 2004. Where I got picked up from campus, which was Wellington Institute, and I came to ZEE. I can proudly say that I've fallen in love with media because of ZEE. Post that, yes, I did have a few job changes, but from 2012, I came back. And then the journey has been amazing with, brands of ZEE TV launching Living Foods, which is the first lifestyle channel, and then the Marathi movie cluster. It has been a constant learning curve, that's for sure. And I think the enriching work experience across these brands have added a creative dimension to me as a person. All in all, I think ZEE overall has always been a fun at work culture, and it has gone a long way to shape up my professional life. So yes, I think very, very exciting journey to work across brands, across consumer centricity, learning a lot from the leaders here and kind of trying to implement that in the way forward of how I think and what I work on.
Wow, very, very cool. So also your 10th year here now.
Yes.
That's awesome. We got you at a good time.
You're listening to ZEE's D&I Digest, a download of all things diversity, equity and inclusion.
So, Adhishree, there was something that I found out actually, which was about this program called I Grow, right? When it comes to diversity inclusion, there's a lot of responsibility that the organization itself has to take. And I think I Grow is one of those programs that sort of takes that responsibility on. So could you tell us about your involvement with it and how you got involved with it?
Sure. So I think I'll take one step back and kind of acknowledge today on this, that the opportunities of whether it is upskilling or information or adding to your knowledge buckets that I have seen ZEE offering to the employees is tremendous. The opportunities can be given and what you make of it is in your hands, right? I still remember from courses given to us. I think even I had taken up Coursera and done some amazing things and learned of new things thanks to ZEE and giving us that opportunity. At the same time, there is this library wala. There are so many ways one can upskill, learn, add to the knowledge if they want to.
Right.
I think there is nothing called A person can do it and the B cannot. It's in your hands. I think I Grow overall internally introduced this whole opportunity or like a door which opens to opportunities for people to kind of match their current projects to their strengths, to go into figuring out what all opportunities within the organization people have. See, I'm a firm believer and maybe, my career graph does show a lot of consistency that if you are with a particular organization, it's a two-way relationship. If there is a platform like I Grow, I think as employees, we could make the most of it, look at all the opportunities within, kind of stick with the company, which has given us so much and we have added value to it.
Right.
So like we said, 10th year, 2 years before, my major part of the journey has been with ZEE. So I would only urge my peers to others to explore and make the most of I Grow, figure out what all does it have for you and kind of jump into it to see if you can get more and more projects within the company. I think I am a firm believer of this platform and it can do wonders if you want to take the hold of it in your hands and kind of do something about it.
Absolutely. And I love that point that you made there, that it is sort of a symbiotic relationship. Everyone listening, go make the most of all the opportunities that ZEE is giving you. So, Adhishree, through all your years of experience, you've, I'm sure, gathered quite the wealth of knowledge, especially when it comes to your area of expertise, which is marketing. I'm interested to know, what are the 3 things that women marketers, female marketers, bring to the table? The floor is yours.
So I think firstly, wealth of knowledge, I'll only acknowledge and thank today on this platform all my mentors and my, seniors who've been in the system for trusting me and kind of giving me the opportunities. Coming to the question that you kind of mentioned, I think women overall approach their careers in a very self-reflective way, and they value the factors which matter, like meaning, the purpose, the connections, the co-workers. So the 3 things they can bring on the table, and this is completely my point of view. The first is the ability to multitask. I really feel we are born with it. The ability to decisively and quickly respond to different things at the same time, I think, comes extremely naturally to us. So
Right.
Yes, the ability to multitask. Second is dreaming big. It may sound very generic, but in my view, women have an innate ability to dream big. They challenge the assumptions. They'll challenge the status quo. They'll inspire the teams because ultimately they are people's, person even at home. And then they will bring the whole thing together to derive results which the organization wants. And the third would be, I think, handling crisis well. So many women, I think, especially mothers, are trained to deal with crisis at home, and they do it with a lot of compassion, patience. So this attribute becomes very relevant, which they apply to work also. It's also keeping the other, team members' point of view in place so that nobody is hurt, balancing those things and then handling the crisis. So what I'm also kind of bringing to the table here is a lot of these soft skills which are required. And this is not like a comparison, but come naturally to women. So yeah, I think there could be many more, but these are the 3 things that come to my mind that make women great marketers.
Got it. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Adhishree, for sharing your journey with us, sharing your points of view with us, and bringing to light some very, very important insights. As you know, on Zee's DEI Digest, we always have a little fun towards the end, a little extra fun towards the end. So are you ready?
Ready, and should I say a little nervous?
This is Zee's D&I Digest.
Considering how you've just been so involved with the world of brands and marketing and content for so long now, I thought maybe I would test your brand knowledge. Okay, so I've got some of the most famous taglines of brands from all over the country. Okay, and you have to tell me which brand they belong to. I'm sure you're going to ace this. It's going to be smooth sailing for you. Shall I go?
Yes, the learning curve is always on. So yes, I'll give it a try. And whatever I don't, I'll go back to kind of learn about it.
Okay, perfect. So let's start easy. The first one I have for you is this: the complete man.
Raymond's.
Yep, Raymond is right. The second one, kuch meetha ho jaye.
Cadbury's. Dairy
Yup.
Milk to be specific, probably.
Dairy Milk to be specific. Okay, yeah. Zindagi ke saath bhi, zindagi ke baad bhi.
My God, now this now confuses me because there are these abundance of mutual funds and is it LIC?
It's
LIC, I
LIC. It is LIC. Okay. What about this one? This is one of my favorite campaigns because I think they just did such a good job with all of the ads, especially. Dimag ki batti jala de.
Yeah. Center Fresh.
Oh, you're close. You're close.
No. Wait. Dimag ki batti jala de. Mentos? Yeah.
Mentos, exactly.
Mentos. Was very close.
Okay. What about this one? Just do it.
Nike.
Nike. A lot can happen over coffee. Just think about like the most Indian coffee brand, coffee name, and you'll get this.
Cafe Coffee Day, I think, not Barista. Cafe Coffee Day, yeah.
It was Cafe Coffee Day, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, and the last one, you're obviously going to get this. I think, try answering it before I complete it, okay? The taste of India.
Amul. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. See, I told you, you didn't get even a single one wrong, yeah?
No, but दिमाग की बत्ती जला दे ने सच में दिमाग की बत्ती जला दी, so yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Adhishree. I know you're a very busy woman, so it's been great to have some of your time and pick your brain. I hope you had a good time as well.
I think it was a great session. I will kind of only close on this note that it's been a wonderful journey at ZEE, and I'll always be, grateful for that. To all the people, team members, and my seniors I've worked with, I've only learned through the journey. And I think now with the new project that I'm on, the learning continues. So looking forward to an exciting year ahead.
You were listening to Zee's D&I Digest. All things D&I in one place.